Hello, fans and members of the Delta Battle League. I'm your Commissioner Aeriodon, and today we are here for our award ceremony for Season 1 of the Delta Battle League. So if you are a member, you have gotten the form for voting for 3 races this season for the Delta Battle League awards. There was the Offensive Pokemon of the Year, Defensive Pokemon of the Year, and then the Most Valuable Pokemon, or MVP. There are 5 options for each ballot, and I selected those. I tried to be as non-biased as possible and try to get every most qualified Pokemon into the race in their respective category. So let's go over each race, and we'll start with the Offensive Pokemon of the Year. So the candidates for Offensive Pokemon of the Year were, in alphabetical order, Jolteon of the CrossCrusaders, Landorus Incarnate of the Rotom Fandom, Mega Charizard Y of the Vivipride, Megalopunny of the Boston Buizels, and Mega Metagross of the CrossCrusaders. So, some very powerful offensive mons in this race, and I believe every mon did receive votes, so it's not a landslide in that category. But the winner for Offensive Pokemon of the Year for Season 1 of the Delta Battle League is Megalopunny of the Boston Buizels. Megalopunny showed her prowess this season in all of their games. Rocks in the Box putting in a lot of work for the Boston Buizels with great base speed and base attack, being able to hit hard and hit fast. The runner-up in the Offensive Pokemon of the Year category was Mega Metagross of the CrossCrusaders. So moving on to Defensive Pokemon of the Year, this race was a very close one, and it even had to come down to a revote because there ended up being a tie between 2 of the candidates. But the candidates for Defensive Pokemon of the Year are, again in alphabetical order, Cofagrigus of the CrossCrusaders, Ferrothorn of the Rotom Fandom, Milotic of the Florida Noctowls, Slowbro of the Boston Buizels, and Suicune of the Golden State Wartortles. So if you all remember, again, you saw that the revote came down to Suicune and Ferrothorn, which were both tied for first place in the initial vote. But after the revote, the winner of Defensive Pokemon of the Year for Season 1 of the Delta Battle League is Suicune of the Golden State Wartortles. And obviously that means Ferrothorn is the runner-up. So Suicune was not in many games because he was added on later to the roster of the Golden State Wartortles. But in those games was very powerful, and with the Calm Mind Rest set, did a lot of work defensively and was very hard to take down. I personally never had a chance to go up against it because he did not bring it in our battle, or I don't even think he had it on his team at that point. But I am glad it did not come because I personally would not have many counters for the beast that is Suicune. So finally, the final race this season for Season 1 of the Delta Battle League, is the Most Valuable Pokemon, or the MVP, which essentially is the best Pokemon that season overall in the league. So the Pokemon in the race for Most Valuable Pokemon were Gardevoir of my own Tampa Bay Duskulleers, Landorus Incarnate of the Rotom Fandom, Megalopunny of the Boston Buizels, Mega Metagross of the CrossCrusaders, and a Mega Venusaur of the Golden State Wartortles. Now, all of these Pokemon are very qualified and very deserving candidates of the award, but overall, the winner of the Most Valuable Pokemon of Season 1 of the Delta Battle League is Gardevoir of the Tampa Bay Duskulleers. So Gardevoir, I have personal experience with Gardevoir, obviously. The very psychic typing is probably one of the biggest advantages, in my opinion. I was a little disappointed with the speed when I was initially looking at Gardevoir during the draft, but I thought it was probably worth it, and I did put a Scarf on it in Week 2, and it did a lot of work there against the Rotom Fandom. But I am very happy that Gardevoir won. I actually did not vote for Gardevoir myself, if you're going to believe me there, but I did not vote for Gardevoir. So there were 3 other people that actually did think Gardevoir was the most qualified, so that is that. Megalopunny was actually the runner-up as well, so Megalopunny was 1 vote off from tying it and making it a possible 2-race sweep for the Boston Buizels. But anyway, that is the award ceremony for Season 1 of the Delta Battle League. This will probably be coming out this weekend after the first round of the playoffs have been played, which means the championship is coming up in the following week. We don't know any of the teams yet because none of the games have played yet, but it will either be the Rotom Fandom or the Boston Buizels taking on either the Vivipride or CrossCrusaders. Either way, it will be a very good match. And congratulations to all the teams this season in the Delta Battle League for playing so well. Every team did exceptionally well, especially teams that did make the playoffs and have an opportunity to play for even more than just what they did in the regular season. We will have an updated video coming out after the championship, maybe a week or two after, going over what will be changing for Season 2 of the Delta Battle League, and a lot of new stuff there. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did all enjoy, and I hope you all do subscribe to this channel for the Delta Battle League, because there will be a lot of content coming out, especially once the season and the draft start for next season of the Delta Battle League, which will be an amazing season. I can already tell. We have a lot of people are already excited for it, and I'm excited very much myself. And anyway, guys, it's hard doing an intro for something that's not my own personal channel. But thanks for watching, and the Delta Battle League will be back very soon. Goodbye.